I'm Payton Sutton, and I'm here with Francesca and Tomomi. They're both athletic trainers here at Barton. Go ahead and tell us your positions and exactly what sports you take care of.
I'm Francesca, Harvey, like she said, and I'm an assistant athletic trainer here, and I work with men's soccer and women's basketball.
I'm Tomomi Nishihara. My title is intern athletic trainer here. I work with men's volleyball, cheer and dance, and track. Cross country.
Right. Yeah, okay. So it is actually Athletic Trainer Month. So please tell me, why do you think being an AT is important, and why others should be able to think that it is important as well?
Yeah, athletic training is a very broad-scoped medical profession. We work in a pretty traditional one in the college setting, but athletic training is a field that provides care across the board to a variety of people. They work in the Olympics, the Cirque du Soleil, industrial athletic training, and we just help athletes and patients who do physical activity get back to their sport when they've had injury, or help them with their aches and pains to make it so they can do their job, their sport, whatever they want, without pain, with more ease and enjoyment, and are there for the physical, mental, emotional turmoil that they need, a shoulder to cry on,
right? Yes,
office to have snacks, things like that.
Yeah, especially like physical sports like football, like lacrosse, basketball, soccer, like those have a lot of like possibility for the like a concussion, like that like is high. So like whenever we're there, like they feel like more safer, and then we can do all the emergency stuff. So that helps for the athletes.
Right. So what made you guys choose Barton just to come and be athletic trainers here? And I personally love the both of you guys. But what made you choose Barton?
I graduated from grad school in May of 2020, so right during the start of COVID, I moved back to Vermont and was applying to jobs. I loved living in Virginia for grad school, and so I was hoping to kind of stay in the southern area. I worked club sports when I was in grad school, which is not like a division, it's not part of like the varsity sports, but some of my coworkers and classmates, they worked Division II, Division III athletics, and I just loved the family. I went to some of the games that they were working, and the family feel of it was just so nice. I'm from a really small town, so when I was applying, I was like, you know, I like the D2, D3 setting because, you know, it's not too big. I can still be an important role on campus, and I get to know people more, not just my small little group. So that was including the warm weather, that was a huge draw for me, the location and just the small school, so I could really feel like I was making a difference and that I could meet the most fun people.
Very personable, yes. How about you?
Me, well, I graduated undergrad in Minnesota 2 years ago, and then it was too cold in the winter, and I was looking for a school in the south, and then I googled the job athletic training, and then Barton College came up, and now I'm like, let's apply because this is my first job.
Right.
So I'm like, I had an interview, and now I'm like, they called me, and then I got a job. So I decided to work here. I love here.
Awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Glad you like it. Well, what is your favorite part about being an AT?
Why don't you go first?
Well, I like sports. Well, I played soccer until undergrad, so like until 2 years ago, and then I wanted to work with soccer, like not soccer, but like any kind of sports in my life. So like I can be close to sports every time, like every day. That's awesome, and then I can help athletes, especially like I was an international student when I was in college, so like I know how hard like doing study and then being athletes at the same time in the college, so like I can help that part too. So
I think for me, two parts, especially one I realized at Barton. The main one is, you know, I've had a handful of athletes have really bad serious injuries, some needing surgery, some not, and helping them return to their first full practice, their first full game. I don't think anything will ever beat that feeling. It's just the pride I have in them and seeing them grow from day one of injury to day 365 of stepping back onto whatever it is. It's just so nice, and knowing that they accomplished what they wanted is just such a great feeling. And then something I never realized it was going to be such a cool thing I got at Barton was men's soccer is a very predominant international team, and so the variety that I've learned, and meeting Tomomi, of just people from all over the world, and then, you know, my women's basketball team, they're from everywhere, and just being able to, you know, Vermont's a pretty small state. You gotta have a very small town and no one leaves, so meeting people from all over the world is just such a cool experience that I never thought I was gonna be able to have, and here we are.
I am proud to say that I am a product of Francesca's care. I did tear my ACL in 2020, but she nursed me back to health. So yes, I do applaud her for that. My last question here is, why did you pursue being an athletic trainer in the first place?
So when I was in high school, I was playing soccer, and then I sprained ankle, and it was grade 2 ankle sprain probably, and then I got Achilles tendonitis after that, and then I was struggling every day. I hate it, but like my school didn't have an athletic trainer, so I went to PT every day. Didn't get better, so like it got better actually like 3 years ago. Now I was working with athletic trainer at undergrad, and then I learned like all the rehab during that time, and now I'm like, it's cool. And now I'm like, athletic training is cool, so I decided to study more.
Okay. What about you, Francesca?
Similar soccer story, I guess. When I was in high school, I played soccer again from a very small town. Most of the schools we played against didn't have an athletic trainer. I was fortunate enough to have a great one, but we played at this very small school, and our goalie, she was going for a ball, and she got kicked right in the jaw, and she broke her jaw, and we were out in the middle of nowhere. There was no one around. I think her dad thankfully was at the game and drove her to the hospital, but I just, knowing that someone could have been there to help support that, and knowing that we had that at our school, and just knowing that it was extra hard for her because she didn't, it really made me want to learn more about it, go into it, and see what you could learn from it. And at the time, I think I was probably a sophomore in high school, so I was like, oh, emergency care, that part's cool, but then learning about the rehab part and all the extra components made me really like it. And like I said, my high school athletic trainer was the program director for the college that I ended up going to, and so he whispered in my ear a little bit of all the great things that athletic training does, and really appreciated that and enjoyed it ever since.